that one here?
We're committed now.
Yeah.
We're
Hey,
fucking
how we
Hey!
doing? So, we have a podcast going on now. If you ever wanted to hear the stupid things in our lives, this is it. What are we? We are
The Beanbag Boys.
BBC. The Beanbag Boys.
No, don't say that. We're
Beanbag-
gonna get taken down already by the fucking BBC.
We're fine. It's our name. This is how we do it.
That is true.
So, who we have here today? We have the main three boys who will be on hopefully every podcast.
It'd be kind of unfortunate
Hopefully every podcast.
if we weren't on every podcast.
Myself, Jordan. We have Tyler sat here in the middle. And on the other end of me, we have Callum.
Hi.
So, boys, how are we doing today?
This
My
was-
room just got rearranged, so that's interesting.
This was so scuffed.
This isn't wrong. We did rearrange Tyler's room. We needed a place for the podcast.
Yeah.
See, where you're sitting now, as the camera, is where my couch is. Should be.
Now, you see, me and Jordan over here, we took the initiative to remove the couch in order to make
More room.
more room.
More necessary room.
Yeah.
Couch was just dead space.
So
I don't
now
know
it's
why
kind
you
of like
needed it there.
in the back over there,
But
stuck in a corner.
now it's on the other side of his room, where he now can't pull out his chair to get to his computer or his desk, or
Again-
anything that he would probably use most of the time.
Not important.
Yeah, no, things that I definitely don't use ever. Ever.
Again, this is not important because now the podcast is here.
Podcast is here now, and you know what?
Look, yeah,
Strong
but
start.
it's gonna be real inconvenient if we have to move it back after every podcast.
Like I said, we're
That
gonna
felt like
leave
a you
it there
problem.
for the rest of time.
That really sounds like a you problem.
This isn't my room; it's yours.
Fucking make it your room.
I mean, I really don't want this as my room.
I mean, all you need to do is
What's wrong with it?
rearrange it.
It's.
You've
It's,
got so much unused
I'm
space.
gonna call you out. It's messy.
No shit, it's messy.
We chuck shit everywhere. How can it not be messy?
It was messy before I came in here.
I'd argue
think
that
it's-
it's pretty
okay,
fucking
okay.
I'd
cool.
argue it's tidier now. Now that we've moved the couch
know-
and we moved everything else onto your bed.
No, it's just more compressed.
Speaking about messes,
Messes?
the beanbag. Like,
So,
as the beanbag,
As-
what the Boys Club, as Bean Bois Club, you know, we're sitting on these fine beanbags here. We didn't realize how big of a job setting up beanbags would be.
Yeah.
so I had to go buy beanbags. And I didn't realize just how many beans you have to put into a bag.
Even the texture of a bean in the beanbag.
It's like a liquid.
I'd
It's
swim
really
in that.
weird.
Like, that would be so
Yeah, but
cool
it'd
to
go
swim
up
in.
your nose.
It'd go up everywhere, dude. It'd go
It
in your
goes
mouth.
Yeah,
everywhere.
it go like in your ears, up your nose. Like, imagine trying to get that out.
It'd all be in your hair. Imagine your hair.
Oh god.
Little, like, pom-pom, like, styrofoam.
It's like when you have long hair and you like have it all over your room and you just collect it off like your shirt or something throughout the day.
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be
me
you
every
with
day.
beans.
That's
Wait.
me every day. Anyway.
So, like, what if you spray paint the styrofoam walls and you put them in your hair? All of a sudden, you got, like, a new, like, bead hair accessory.
You could totally
We've got ideas here,
You could
boy.
totally fool someone into thinking like a pool full of beans is water by spray painting them blue.
Maybe if you filled it up with water too, but then the water would go, like, really cloudy.
Yeah, no, the
Beans
the
would
beans
float to
would
the top anyway.
Yeah, and they would soak in the water.
Okay, you
Right.
guys remember how they had that whole trend where it's just like, I'm filling a pool with Orbeez?
Yeah.
That's what I'm imagining right now,
Yeah.
You know
but
what?
with beanbag beans.
I'm imagining when we went to Percy's house and we filled up her pool with those
I wasn't here.
those
for that.
balls. Were you not there for that?
No.
Oh, that was awesome. we
That does sound awesome.
we had like a ball pit with a ton of balls. So we were like What do we do with these?
I remember this happening, but I remember I wasn't
Yeah,
there.
we threw them into the pool, chucked them all at each other,
Yeah.
and that was a fun time. We had a blow up island that I took over for the
That I
majority of it.
personally acquired from
There was a unicorn that we set up so that me, Blake, and Elliot, we could just jump straight onto it. Because, like, you know, it has the two sides that come up to protect
Man, I
you.
want a unicorn.
Then it had the giant head in
Same.
front. So we'd put it down, we'd push it out, and we'd, like, do a run up and try and jump right in between without, like, the head in between our legs.
You know, that's the most fun thing about having like floaties and like shit you can jump onto in the pool. Is trying to land on that and stay like on top of the water. Have you ever done that when you got like one of those like little boogie board things and you try to jump on it and try to balance it before you sink?
No, but I've seen a lot of people fail trying to do it.
Oh, I've done that too. But
From the outside, it's awesome. I'm glad I've never had it done to me.
it's not hard. It's not hard. Highly recommend it.
Highly recommend.
I would highly recommend. Yeah. Great fun.
So, boys, I spent a fair bit of money on these beanbags for us.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
What?
that's Callum's beanbag.
This is my beanbag, boss.
Tyler, I spent a fair bit of money on these beanbags.
This is my room.
Are you paying for your room right now? Are you paying any
No.
form of rent?
Look, I haven't had an income for a while. Now that I have an income, yes, I will be.
But you're not currently paying rent.
As of next week, I probably will be.
Well, as of this podcast,
No, you're
your
not.
opinion doesn't matter. You are not paying anything.
Paying nothing to have this happen. You didn't spend any money on the setup.
I made popcorn for you. Okay, fuck you. Yes, I did. I spent a lot of money on that.
Was that for the podcast?
Well, it's being used for the podcast.
What was it originally intended for?
Yes, I would like to know what it was originally.
Porn games, pretty much.
This isn't.
Are we
wrong.
going to go into a segue
We're
on the
going-
latex dungeon at this point?
We're going to go into a segue of the fact that before this started, Tyler said, "Oh my god, I haven't shown you this yet, have I?" And you opened up a game called what?
Latex Dungeon.
Latex Dungeon. Is it what you expect it to be?
It's
Yeah,
exactly
pretty
what
much,
you expect
and
it to
more.
be.
There are tentacles in this too.
Yeah, but you haven't seen it played yet.
It's
Callum got
literally
to see it
Pokemon.
played. It's not
It's
though.
literally Pokemon,
It's
but
not
dog shit.
Pokemon though.
I don't.
It's not, but it's the same kind of system.
I don't want to ruin Pokemon. I like Pokemon how it is.
Shouldn't go into Rule 34 then.
Well, does Persona ruin Pokemon
There's a
for
lot
you?
of Pokemon on there.
Jordan, does Persona ruin Pokemon for you? By having cock personas?
No, because Persona.
Then why does a latex dungeon bother you?
I see Persona more like Final Fantasy 13 2 for me.
Why is there so many Final Fantasies?
There's at least what?
At least
Six-
15.
At least 16 or 17.
At least.
That's like 15 too many.
They're so good.
They can't all be that good.
No, they
They're
really
not
can't.
all that good. But the ones that are.
Like, I can understand the originals, and I can understand, like, the
Seven.
remakes of the originals be in, like, fancy new graphics. But, like,
Yeah, like 7. 7's good.
7's good.
I think the
10's
9
I
or
think
10.
10's also highly recommended.
14 and 15 are also highly regarded.
I mean, I've never actually
14,
played them.
15,
any
I
of
can
them, so.
personally say that's amazing.
Mm.
A lot of controversy around 13. I think it's personally great. It's great as the first game, then you have the trilogy, which makes it even better. But don't go into the second or third one without having the intention of finishing all three.
Well, because you're going to get addicted.
Because if you finish at the first one and you stop there, the story's okay. Like, okay, it ends there.
If you do the second one, it's gone shit.
If
And then
you
the third
do
one
the second
redeems
one, it's still a good story, but then
You
you're stuck
need
to
this
the third one.
to
Yeah.
finish it.
It's
Yeah.
one of those things where they continue from the first, and it goes okay. Like, they have a good reason for it happening. But then they end it abruptly, and you need the third one. And then the third one has a big payoff to playing all three.
That's good. Love to see it. You can tell which one of us is the Final Fantasy nerd here.
I have played Final Fantasy. I wouldn't say I'm a nerd.
You're a fucking nerd.
You're a fucking nerd.
I've just
You have
played...
the
Fucking
soundtrack
nerd.
on your playlist.
Hey! 13? It's an amazing soundtrack.
I will admit, what
Okay,
I've heard of
shit.
Final Fantasy music, it's pretty good.
They put effort into the
Yeah,
pieces.
that is true. That is true.
They get proper composers to come in.
Yeah.
And then they see the story of what it's
Funny thing,
trying to fit into.
Most Japanese games do get really good composers.
It's because they care for their games.
Okay, unlike some companies who
Unlike
shan't be
some-
named. Blizzard. Yeah.
There's
Western
a-
companies.
Yeah. Western is...
We lost our sponsorships from those two companies just then.
But hey, if you'd like to sponsor this podcast, we're
Put a
open.
comment down
We're
below.
open.
We're open to ideas. Open to sponsors.
We're not obliged to talk nicely about you until you sponsor us.
Please,
So,
hit us up.
Except for Fireball.
Fireball, please. We will happily take your sponsorship right now.
Yeah. No,
Right here.
we love Fireball.
We love
I'm
Fireball.
gonna call myself out here. What
Not
does,
sponsored.
What does Fireball do?
You know, Fireball whiskey.
Oh, are we talking about the drink?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Did you-
Absolutely. I thought you were talking another, like, game company that was small that I didn't know about.
No.
You veered off, okay? Sponsors, yeah. Fireball?
Fireball. Yeah.
Hit us up.
Hit us up. Hit our line.
I would happily do 10 shots in a row on this podcast if you sponsored us.
Yeah.
No
That sounds
breaks.
like a plan.
Just line them up. Just like on a bar. You get the bartenders to line up all the shots, they pour them all, then they're like, pay up, you pay up, and you just start downing.
So like,
And then we
What
hide your
if-
dead body in your beanbag
And you hide the dead body in the beanbag.
and replace
like-
you with Elliot.
when you've got a row of 10 shots, like, you know how they have those little shot holders sometimes?
Yeah.
What if you, like, just got a row of those? Do you take it vertically or horizontally?
I'm gonna say vertically.
Yeah, so, like, the shot glasses, the whiskey trickles down and all goes in
Yeah.
at the same time.
It's like a fountain.
It's like horizontally, it's designed for multiple people.
Yeah.
As in you all pick it up at the same time and take the shot
But-
at the same time.
For the sponsorship, just me.
Mm.
They'll do shots, but I'm promising the 10 shots in a row. So,
That is a promise. He will do it.
hit
Yeah.
us up? Question
Hit
mark?
us up, yeah.
Please?
If if anyone would like to sponsor us, we will most likely say yes.
You know,
I think there's a small list of people we won't say yes.
Do we just want to name one of them out now? Do we want to just cut ties
So,
with someone right
Blizzard?
now?
Fuck you. I get that
Blizzard.
you're under Xbox now, but like Blizzard as a company before that,
Actually, technically, they're not under Microsoft
Blizzard.
yet.
Sorry. No.
not yet.
I support Xbox.
Not yet.
I support Xbox too.
But
Microsoft making some moves.
they are making big moves, dude.
They are such big.
It's a shame one of their moves wasn't making a good TV show.
Oh.
Oh.
About that time. So,
Yeah.
Halo.
So
Oh,
we sat together, boys. We
Yeah.
went to your house, Callum,
yeah.
and
We had the pleasure of watching the absolute dumpster fire. That was the first episode of
There
Halo.
was no pleasure.
which, by the way, before we start, I want to note that Elliot paid
For
for
this?
Paramount,
Yep.
and the next day I see a whole bunch of stories saying Game Pass allows you to have a month free with Paramount. So
Well,
Elliot paid money when he really didn't need to.
We're not going to tell him, right?
no. He's just gonna end up watching this podcast.
He-
Be like,
he's gonna watch the
"Shit."
podcast one day.
Shit, I missed out.
Mm.
Oh,
I just thought that was funny.
but yeah. I gotta say though, the action wasn't that bad.
The CGI to
Apart from the
action-
shoddily CGI,
Like,
the choreography was good.
yeah.
yeah,
Like the action, very good.
The actual, like, fight scene stuff was pretty good.
The
It was just
brutality
like
as
the...
well.
Yeah, but it was like a lot of the movement, like, between the live action CGI was just...
It was too smooth.
there was no care between what was real and what was CGI. Like
Yeah.
the Fred person, I don't know what his name is. I really don't care what his name is.
What the bloody?
The guy who gets the pole.
Oh,
and
the guy
starts
with the
whacking
pole.
people.
Stop
You
whacking.
can tell
Who manages
when
to
it's
kill
him
two
and when it's
elites
CGI.
with a metal pole.
You see, I
Wait a minute,
don't
that's
even
cool.
mind that. I see
It's
that.
cool,
Okay.
but, like...
Does a metal pole go through a plasma shield? No.
The shields didn't even flare up.
That is true.
That is interesting.
They did mess up there.
Unless it's saying Healy's turned off the shields in order, like code of honor or some shit. The most
Yeah.
bullshit excuse.
That's what they think of. They think code of honor.
Yeah.
I mean, technically they do. That's why they have the arbiter armor, because they break the code of honor.
I guess you're right.
I think it was Arbiter's. The Arbiter.
It was kind of based off the Arbiter's armor.
Yeah, it was. It looked kind of It looked kind of fancy, but I don't think it was the Arbiter armor.
No,
I just think it was a redesign of the armor.
yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
So, what would we place the episode out of 10?
Mid
I'm thinking
4 or 5.
2.
I'm thinking like 3 or 4.
I'm thinking 4 or 5.
2.
I think I liked it a lot more than you guys.
You want to know what a big turning point was for me? To go, it's not mid.
The helmet.
Spoilers if you haven't watched it at this
Yeah.
point. Master Chief takes off his helmet.
And it's not another helmet. This is not more accurate.
He has a beard. He has hair. There's barely any scars on him.
They're on the back of the head instead of the
He
front.
doesn't. He doesn't look like a grizzled war veteran. Which, admittedly, he's not.
He's not
He's
quite.
he's not quite like as what he is in the games at that point in time. But
Yeah.
still, he's fucking 117. He is a
But you also have to remember, he took most of his scarring from when he was training to become a Spartan.
and from
Not
all the
after.
surgeries as well.
So he's already a Spartan. He should have the majority of those scarrings already.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
The one thing I will say about that scene was the addition of the original Halo theme.
Oh yeah, they're doing a bunch of stuff to just pull on the nostalgia strings.
Yeah.
But
They'd also be foolish not to use
it kind of fits.
Yeah, but I feel like they should have used it on a far more epic scene.
Yeah.
They did kind of throw it in like the last 10 minutes, like, oh, we haven't used
We
anything.
haven't used. We've used the gun sounds. We've used the shield recharging, going down.
We've used the HUD.
We've used the
We used
We've
the
HUD.
used the
HUD.
crosshair.
Used the minimap.
That's so annoying.
The HUD is canon.
Look, the fact that there is in fact a motion tracker means that Chief should never be surprised unless it's a cloak delete.
The
But
fact
even
that he has a
then-
reticle that moves wherever he points his gun. What the fuck is technology? Like, what the fuck is the
Look.
technology?
I imagine it's pretty fucking advanced by that point. But
Yeah,
still,
but still,
Chief
it's
probably
retarded.
doesn't need an aim reticle.
He doesn't need an aimbot. It's pretty much aimbot. It's literally telling you where your bullet is going to hit.
But I did take notice that when he has the pistol, it's the Halo 3 crosshair.
Good.
Which means it's inaccurate. The Halo 3 crosshair, it was accurate, but only to an extent.
But
If
the
you
Magnum's
were-
like the CE.
If you were
Magnum.
up close, it was, but if you were like 5 feet from someone, it wouldn't hit on target.
Yeah, but then the Magnum is also like the CE Magnum, where it just one-shots everything.
I'm gonna be disappointed if there's a hunter and there's not a one-shot pistol scene.
I don't
Hmm.
think I want to see what the hunters are gonna look like.
Yeah. I mean, the Magnum killed an elite so hard it gave it red blood, so...
That is true.
There was blood inconsistencies.
That was really unfortunate.
Yeah, I think the reason I, like, dislike it so much is because none of the characters are actually themselves. They're all, like,
We still have 8
weird
episodes
imitations.
for them to develop, though. It
Yeah,
could
but-
change.
they're all, by that point in the story, they're already developed characters. Like, Halsey, that's
Halsey-
just not Halsey.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're probably like just doing the introduction for people who don't know anything about Halo.
Yeah, but now, for people who don't know anything about Halo, they're gonna see that and be like, and then look at the actual, like, Halsey or look at the actual Chief and be like,
Damn.
damn.
That's a good question. How many people do we think haven't played the games that are watching the series?
At least half.
At least half of them?
Probably a fair few.
I reckon at least half.
Do you think that'll bring them to the games? And then we'll have a whole new generation of...
What, Silver Team? Fuck no.
Well, not even that. Like, if you think to the games, there's the big split between people who played between the first and second Halo, then the second and the third, and then everything after Reach. It's just like, there's a big split between Bungie and 343. We're going to have another split between the games and the TV series.
But 343 is working with them, so I don't think he'll be...
But they're not taking from any of the game story. So
No.
343 isn't really working with them. They're just giving permission
For them to use...
for them to use
Yeah,
their-
They did take
title.
design cues from Infinite in the TV show, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, but, like, that's probably because that's the 343's most recent game. So they want people to gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
Is that
I
why
reckon people will watch this, and a lot of people will be turned off because the characters in game are so different to the characters in the show.
will they
They
be
see-
turned off because there's no AK-47s in the games?
Probably that too.
Damn, I want to play some Call of Duty. What is this shit?
What is it?
Man.
How dare you not give me my AK-47? And what, BMW?
BMW.
What's it, the car that's in the trailer?
There was a BMW in the trailer.
There was a
That was the
BMW?
first thing noted before the AK-47. Was that there's like just a normal car, like a BMW or something.
What, the Pelicans are BMW? They got a look at BMW little logo on the front of the Pelicans and the Condors now.
Oh, it's just... Production failed so hard just in the trailer.
Yeah.
and now we have the show, and
And
they haven't lived up to anything.
now it's
yeah.
gonna be a buddy cop show as well, because you have Chief and the
Oh,
fucking.
Yeah, and then Cortana's going to get thrown into the mix.
I reckon
Yeah.
Cortana won't show up until the last couple of episodes.
I do hope they actually, if they end with Chief going to the Halo ring without explaining what happens to Reach, I'm actually going to die.
If they do not cover the fall of Reach at all in this, and then go straight to a Halo,
Will
No.
Reach fall?
if they don't make
If
Reach
they don't make
fall,
Reach
I'm going
fall,
to cry.
then I will actually cry. That is not... Because Reach is kind of the catalyst for everything after it.
Yeah, is true.
Reach was a
Usually.
huge moment in the story.
Reach
It
is
was
the
the
whole
fo-
reason.
it was the death
get
of
to
a
Halo.
lot of Spartan 2s and most of the Spartan 3s.
Yeah. Do we think Noble Team will be mentioned?
No. It's all Silver Team now.
Yeah, no, everything's
No.
Silver Team. All Silver Team. Everything.
They're either gold team or bronze team. No doubt.
Bronze Team. No.
Bronze team.
Oh.
Iron team.
Wait,
wood
then
team.
Yeah.
Chief is Silver Team. Who's Gold Team? Who's Plat Team? Who's Diamond?
Who's Diamond team? Diamond Dogs?
Diamond Dogs?
You know why they're
Keep it
not
at
gonna
MGF
do.
in there.
You know why they're not gonna do Noble Team? Because if they do Noble Team, they have to do Noble 6, and they can't have someone that can actually compete with Chief.
That's true.
But will they do the original Noble Six or the Noble Six you play? Because there is two different Noble Sixes. They could do the crap one who wasn't as good as our player. Because it was our player.
Isn't the whole thing that we are Noble Six and that's why Noble Six is so good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I beat the game on Lazo.
Yeah, Noble 6 is pretty much an entirely blacked out file.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
can say like Noble Six is me.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, we do have a base armor that's canon for what Noble Six had.
Yeah,
Which was just what you start off with and the head attachment that you can buy.
yeah. Like, I really would love to see... Because Chief's just gone AWOL, right?
Yeah. Spoilers, by the way.
Noble 6 was a headhunter.
That is true.
Is it true?
The only other hyperlethal...
But he has
Spartan.
also been restricted to actually follow Noble Team.
Yeah, but the story's so different than...
Halsey could just stand out Noble Six to go get cheap. If Silver Team isn't going to do shit.
Yeah, but
which,
Halsey
honestly,
clearly
they are.
doesn't care that Chief just went AWOL.
No.
They're going to
Oh,
stick
no.
Silver Team on Master Chief. Master Chief will do a speech. And then they'll be like, yeah, you're right. We'll follow you. You're a good leader.
We're Blue Team now.
We're Blue Team. We're
No more
changing our
Blue
names.
Team.
We're... What? Fred, Kelly, Linda?
Straight up changes the name. Fred Kelly.
Yeah.
No,
I'm pretty sure that's how changing your name works.
Yeah.
we need to see, just wait, we'll see, just this random Spartan will appear. And then die in front of Chief, and Chief will be really sad, and it turns out that that was Sam.
No.
I don't think so, boss.
Still a random Sam, a random unnamed Spartan, and that's the replacement for Sam.
They might actually do that, though. That's the thing.
That's what I'm scared of. You've now said it.
Yeah. I want to
So
put
that's
Bart.
going to happen now.
Yeah.
You're a trendsetter.
Setting the trends.
You're going to set a trend for this.
Yeah,
no
probably.
joke.
But yeah. That's all I've got to say on Halo.
Yeah.
I just hope it will get better
onto things that actually make us happy.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Witcher 4.
Witcher 4?
Oh,
So
what are we expecting?
It's not going to be more on Geralt, is it?
They've already confirmed it's not Geralt. They're not continuing his story.
I'm happy for like Siri time jumping. That could be very interesting.
So I came up with the idea that they would use Siri, but if they use Siri, it's canon that she was warping around different realms, because one of the big references is she goes to a world that perfectly depicts Cyberpunk, which is why they're creating new titles, is so that they could possibly use her throughout all these different worlds and connect them in that way.
It would be very interesting.
Yeah. So
But-
I think that would be their way of starting up new game titles.
With
Is they
Witcher
use her.
4, I hope that what I want is that I hope they flesh out Ciri's abilities a bit more. Because it was very bare bones in 3 for the little, like, campaign Ciri story missions.
Well,
all,
I
all you
think
had is, like, the teleport slice.
Yeah.
Which is overpowered, admittedly.
well, I reckon
But
she'll
there's a lot
be
more they could do.
training better now. She would have a better understanding. Like, I think, I don't know for sure, but I assume between the end of Witcher 3 and when the DLC starts for the last one, I assume she knows more of her powers by that point.
Because there's also so many different realms. Like, Ciri could go to where the humans originally came from, or where the dwarves originally came from, or like where the Wild Hunt came from, like the halflings, like anything like that. There's so many things they could do with being outside of the continent.
Yeah. It's honestly an endless possibility of worlds and ideas
But I
that they can
feel
spawn.
they will have to keep it stuck to fantasy, because I can't see them doing like anything outside of the realm of fantasy for a Witcher game.
For a Witcher game, they wouldn't. Unless it was like a one-off 10-20 minute thing. Like, who knows? Maybe if
Little
they
side quest, I don't know.
maybe if they did Siri, this tutorial would be her going to Cyberpunk. And then you leave Cyberpunk, and that's when you start the proper game. That's when you get into the real world.
That would
she's
be
supposed to
interesting, I suppose.
Yeah.
Be unique.
Because
But
she's
not
not.
something they commit to.
She says she wasn't there for long. She didn't see much of it, so it would make sense if it was a tutorial length.
I mean, she saw so little of it that she didn't leave any sort of footprint behind.
Yeah.
That is true.
She didn't get a great understanding of everything.
Not at all.
She didn't get anyone to explain it to her.
Well, no one can explain it to her.
No.
She's the only one with the power.
Or it broke her fucking brain.
Oh, definitely did.
I don't know what else I expect to see from her at the moment until we get more details.
Well, they have been working on it since what, last year now.
Have they actually though?
They mentioned it at the board meeting.
Yeah,
because
but
the investors were
mentioned-
like, Cyberpunk's
How
like made
much
me
have they
lose
been
money.
How much have they been working on it? Though?
I think they were just writing up the story at that point.
Yeah, like they.
Yeah.
No way they've started development yet.
No, because I think that's what this reveal was. I think this was them saying we're starting development now,
Yeah.
so hopefully we'll have more for you.
Knowing CD Projekt, it will take them a while.
Well, they're still working on Cyberpunk.
Yeah. So and
It's a lot better now, though.
Yeah, it is.
like
did
it's
all
a
the
lot better.
apartment
I
searching.
reckon after Cyberpunk, they're definitely gonna release it in a good state.
Yeah. I don't think. I mean, they probably could afford it with a Witcher game a little bit, but at the same time, they can't due to how badly Cyberpunk was when it
Yeah.
first released.
Like They can't. If they
I think-
release it in any sort of unstable state, the only way they retain their any
Yeah.
sort of semblance of like respect is if they do something like FromSoft, where game releases in a slightly crappy state, within a week it's fine.
Yeah, but the thing is that with something like Cyberpunk, they should have committed to either solely last gen or solely next gen. Because having last gen was the killer for them, because they had to try and do both games,
Well,
try and optimize them.
that
and
was
that
the
didn't
thing.
work.
They focused next gen.
Mm.
They only made last gen so that it was a game, like barely a game, which is why so many people complain.
Yeah.
Is because
Yeah.
everyone was playing on console, but they were playing on last gen console,
Yeah.
not next gen. I was playing on next gen. It was a fine experience for me.
And even on like a X, not a Series X, but like a normal X, it was fine.
Mm.
Few
I-
retarded bugs, but that's expected. But
Yeah,
it was fine.
I mean,
smooth.
Hell, I
sailing.
played on a PS4 and it was fine.
Yeah,
Like,
it really wasn't the worst thing in the world.
yeah.
I think
And-
it was just such a boring time. Like, what COVID was really hitting around the time it came out,
Yeah, that's
that
true.
people had time to complain.
Yeah,
Plus, the hype for it was fucking real.
it was unreal.
It was huge.
There was
you
no
had
way
it.
they could. I had it.
You had
yeah.
a big hype for it, and you got called out multiple times by people saying it's gonna be dog shit.
It wasn't dog shit.
It
though.
wasn't dog shit, but there was definitely
Despite what those people would say, it's not dog shit.
Curb your
there was definitely
enthusiasm.
bugs.
It was buggy, but the story was good. I really enjoyed it. The gunplay was
The
Decent.
detail,
the detail. I agree.
like, it still blows my mind. The guitar playing, it
Yeah,
was all
the
on point.
Fingers like actually playing chords and like strumming properly and like
I think that's becoming a thing though,
Yeah.
because Elden Ring has done it now too.
did they
Yeah, I saw a thing. I haven't
with
met
like
the
the
character.
musicians.
There's a guy who plays like a guitar or something.
Yeah, the merchants.
Yeah,
They have guitars.
they apparently play that on point as well.
Mm.
Hmm.
It's like a
Should probably
it's
finish
not-
Elden Ring.
Yeah, I need to be
but
home
it
to
would
do that.
be like it's not, are they like mandolins?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Mandolins.
Don't look at me. I don't know fucking instruments.
I think it's a mandolin because it's like it's very long and it's 3 or 4 strings.
4, I believe. Yeah.
I think it's a mandolin. I don't know. I'm sorry if I completely butchered that.
Ring.
You're looking it up.
And, how do you spell mandolin?
I don't know. How you spell
Mandalorian?
Mandalorian. Mandalorian and Elden Ring.
I have no clue. Mandolin. I'm
No idea.
not gonna figure that one out.
You could probably just type in like Elden Ring merchant instrument.
I've already put
It's
the
so
phone down.
specific that like I don't think anyone has bothered to like do anything with it yet.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's the internet.
It's the internet, that's true.
Just because it's the internet doesn't mean it's always smart.
He has a point.
Yeah, but the internet, like,
Meticulously combs through like everything.
yeah, that they will find the most random shit.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. But at the same time,
Means I don't have to do it.
a lot of people are stupid.
I
yeah.
agree.
I'm putting that out there now.
I mean, we're pretty stupid.
Yeah, and I admit
Fuck
that.
you.
But they're stubborn
Don't lie.
and stupid. They won't
the
admit
smart one
they're
here.
stupid. Whoa!
Am I
True.
wrong?
Just because you have the highest
Yeah, just because
learning
you're
education right now,
just because you're slightly smarter than the rest of us does not actually make you smart.
You see my smart's like up here. You guys like down here. Don't worry.
I don't like you.
Damn.
You know what?
There's already infighting on the podcast.
I
Yeah,
I don't
Clara,
like you.
come on.
You-
When's our next YouTube
I'm sorry.
unboxing
Who
fight?
does the daily crossword and Wordle every day? Which, by the way,
Wordle
I
word of the
haven't
day,
done
guys.
today. I haven't done my Wordle today.
Can we do the Wordle in the middle of the podcast?
I'm gonna do my Wordle in the middle of the podcast because this is a moment.
Okay.
That was first word. Clout. Nothing. Got nothing off that.
No clout.
Kings. I don't know. Maybe there's an N.
Somewhere in the word there's an N.
Night.
No, I've already crossed out K.
I
And
was
I.
talking about night, starting with N, not K.
Yeah, I've crossed
Ne-
out I as well.
Never?
Oh, it.
Ooh.
We've moved the N into the right spot. We
And
still
none
don't
of
have
the other
word.
letters are right.
Nigel.
Nope. I don't know what this is. There has to be double letters in this.
Nomad?
No, I got O out of there. I don't know.
Just bear with us here. That's what I try
Sorry,
to
you
tell
guys
his
hit a
fucking
topic.
Wordle.
You hit a topic. I'll keep going through this. I might finish it by the end of this.
Well, one topic we haven't talked about that we kind of skipped over. What the fuck this podcast actually is. We kind of skipped over this topic.
we did skip over it.
Yeah, no, we kind of skipped over just us in general.
We got straight to the scuffed.
We got straight to the Scuffed setup because
Yeah.
that is what we spent a lot of our time before this doing.
Like, you
It's also
introduced
what
our
we're
name.
looking at right now.
Yeah.
Like we see it all right behind you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you introduced our names and then we got straight into things.
But that's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
We're doing something.
We're making moves.
Should probably introduce, like, what this is all about, what's going to be like moving forward.
Bean review today. These are corn beans.
Mm.
It's not popcorn. It's corn beans.
So we plan on having beans every podcast.
Since this is the Bean Bois podcast, we are going to do beans a different way.
So Tyler is
Every
going
time?
to make up beans for every podcast.
Yeah.
These
As
are
we
corn
didn't
beans.
want,
These are
the
corn beans.
guys didn't want black beans or bean sprouts or bean troot. So,
I don't like beans all that much.
well, you're going to fucking
You're
eat
gonna
beans.
fucking like them now.
I like corn beans,
I do agree. Corn beans are pretty good.
Mm.
aka not a bean.
No, it's a bean.
It's a bean.
It's fucking bean.
It's just popcorn.
It grows on a plant. It's a bean.
It's a bean.
Is that what makes a bean though?
This is a fucking bean.
Is it not
A bean is something, and you take like little.
You know what this podcast should have been for the first bean? Beanbag beans. We missed an opportunity.
I will
here.
open this thing up and eat a beanbag bean.
You can open
Fucking
up
do it.
yours. I'm not opening up the ones I bought.
Also, this is comfortable. If you want to eat a beanbag bean, you open up that and eat old
There's just gonna be
crushed
styrofoam.
beanbag beans.
I
Gonna
can
be
see
styrofoam
beans
in my stomach.
in the plastic.
Yeah, but then there's
from
just
when
gonna
we
be
had it.
styrofoam in my stomach for like. a
You probably
good
had
while.
worse things in your body.
Yeah, true.
I guess you're right.
I mean, we have been there.
I've had worse things in my body. I've ate metal before.
You're smart.
I was like 7 or something.
I've eaten a bunch of plastic.
What do you do? Like grab the metal bean and just took a big bite out of
It
it.
was just like, you know,
A cheeky little nibble.
when all the toy cars were made out of metal?
Like a Hot Wheels car.
Yeah.
You made a Hot Wheels car.
A piece of it fell off, and I was like, man, I wonder what this tastes like. And then
Not
I
good.
ate it. Looking back on it, not a good idea. It was sharp. And I consumed that. I could have cut myself
Lord.
open in so
Yeah.
many spots.
Yeah.
But we're still here today. Still smart. Yeah, so
yeah,
Scale went from
smart.
Callum up here, Tyler about there, and I've dropped all the way down here. Right?
Essentially.
Yeah.
That's what it's gone to at this rate.
If there's a stupid person in this group, it's me.
Anyway, back to the topic at hand.
So
This
yeah,
podcast.
what do we want this podcast to be? What do we envision it as? Well,
This podcast is a good time.
I think
It's just a good time.
just good time.
Just the boys.
The boys will have some guests on every now and then.
Yep, we're gonna have the boys.
You know,
We're gonna
if,
have guests.
if you know someone other than a male decides they want to actually be associated with us,
With this podcast. No, you're welcome to come join. We have space. We've got bean bags.
Well, I think
We've got beans.
the
We're accommodating.
I'm sure we could get the creator of our logo.
That would be a good
Come on.
podcast talking about the logo.
True.
Yeah, I agree.
I think maybe that's how we reveal our logo.
yeah.
It's not finished yet.
It's
So
getting there. It's getting
We
there.
can't show it.
We have a very good idea for it though. You just have to stay tuned.
We
Look
had a
out for it.
draft drawn up just the other night.
That was me. That was all me. And him. And him.
We're also sitting in the order.
In
of
the
what
order
the logo is.
of how the logo is set out.
Because we decided for our first podcast it should probably be set out that way.
We even
We probably
the
shouldn't-
bean bags. Like we got grey in the middle and black.
You
on the
know
two
what
sides.
else I've noticed as we've gone through this episode?
Yeah.
It's mirrored. So are we actually in the right order?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you're looking at it, yeah.
Yeah. Because if that logo is in front of you, you're
Yeah.
Sorry, this is the stupidity leaking out of me. Sorry.
But yeah, the topics on this podcast as well. We're also going to be talking about a lot of gaming, probably a lot of film stuff as well, because we're all very passionate about that kind of stuff.
I think we'll be keeping up to date on names, big names.
Big names, big gaming news,
Yeah,
big movie news sometimes as well, if it piques our interest.
I will
maybe
say,
occasionally some world news if it's fucking hilarious.
yeah,
Yep, that too.
we will probably try and avoid topics that could become too controversial to the world.
Controversial.
Controversial.
Yep.
Yep.
yeah,
Did I say it wrong the first
you
time?
did.
That's okay.
Controversial.
That's in the B-roll.
the B-roll.
We'll
Sure,
edit
sure.
that one out, I'm sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll bleep that out. We'll bleep that one out.
Because we want everyone to be happy,
Yeah.
and we want to not cancel ourselves before we start. So
And that's another thing. We want to spread like what's been going on with our lives, spread a bit of positivity,
Yeah.
talk about the retarded shit we've been doing.
Yeah, we do a lot of retarded shit.
We do a lot of retarded shit.
this week has been it's been a big one.
It's been a gold
eventful.
mine.
Very bold.
We spent what 4 or 5 days together
In a row.
this week in
Yeah.
a row.
Most of the time going till like 2 a.m.
Most of the time, Mac
Yeah.
is going somewhere. More Mac is heading home.
I've only gone to bed at 4 a.m. this week. No earlier,
He's committed.
no
though.
later.
He's committed to the grind.
I got one more day. I got tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For reference, we are recording this on a Sunday as well. So either this is the end of the week for you,
And
or you're a weird person and you think Saturday is at the end of the week. Which, no, you're wrong.
you are wrong.
Some people
Sunday
think
is the end of the
Friday is the end of the week.
No.
I allow that only for working.
Yeah.
If it's a
reasons.
working week, then yeah, I guess that's
Yeah, but
But if
everybody's
you're
working week
saying-
is different. Like my working week used to end on Wednesdays.
But what used to be normal was Friday was the end of the working week.
Yeah.
And like also school ends on Friday. Weekend is for the family.
the weekend is for The family, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just for spending time. not
No,
working.
you mean the weekends is for the boys.
Weekends for the boys.
Saturdays are for the boys. Can confirm.
Saturday night we went out.
But I believe we're going to be uploading this podcast on the Mondays,
Mondays?
since that's when most of us are free.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
So yeah, tomorrow lunchtime, this podcast will be released to the world.
Yeah, on
This
my
will-
birthday.
Yeah,
On your birthday?
this
So
big man's birthday, little birthday gift for him.
only good
Our
reviews.
podcast.
Only
Good reviews.
for Tyler's
Only good
birthday.
comments in the comment section. Please.
As a birthday
Gotta
present
feed
to
the
Tyler,
algorithm.
it has to be good.
This is gonna be really weird when we put the audio onto Spotify, because like we're not going for the Spotify route just yet.
Yeah,
Spotify-
don't worry about that.
Spotify costs money.
Don't worry.
It costs money to put it on there, but like once you put it on there, we're gonna have audio listeners. Then we're gonna
We
have
will.
to explain shit for the audio listeners, which is gonna be a whole.
Ah,
We'll have to
different thing.
explain beans to them.
We'll have to like describe the like viscosity of the beans.
see,
How it's
like
bean.
the corn beans are like some of them are really hard, and we don't eat those.
Yeah, we don't eat the hard
Not
ones.
Some
Not
of them
safe for
have like
consumption.
some of them when you cook them they
Pop
pop.
open.
They pop, and
We got a
their
good
soft
corned bean.
insides expand,
It's
and it
almost.
becomes
It's like
This-
this,
this is-
completely different
Can't
thing.
really see it because of the lighting, but this is a good corned bean.
See, it's almost like this
What you
thing.
eat.
yeah. I'm
called
trying to
popcorn?
describe it for the people who won't watch the video.
I'm trying to show it to the video because we haven't really done a good view of it.
Okay, so if you picture popcorn in your mind, that is essentially what a corned bean is.
It's very similar, yeah,
It is a very. It's
but
not
it
exact.
is in fact a bean.
It is in fact a bean. This is a fact on this podcast. These right here, they are beans.
We only eat beans.
We only eat beans on this podcast.
This is where my intelligence comes back up because I'm not supporting the fact that it's a bean, but I kind of am just because we don't have any other.
They sound like beans. They've got the bean sound.
Is that the bean sound?
The
It's the bean sound.
bean sound.
Can we prove this in the next podcast?
What beans do you want in the next podcast?
I don't know.
If
I'll
you
put in
if
some
you
beans.
don't have beans in the bring
If
beans.
you get
On the
green
topic
beans,
of
I
beans.
will.
On the topic of beans, are lentils beans?
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure they are a bean.
Bean tills?
Lentils? I'm pretty sure lentils are a type of bean, though. Are they not?
Maybe this is something we save for when we have them on the podcast.
We have lentils as our food.
When we have lentils, we can compare them
Yeah.
with some
Compare and
real beans.
contrast.
So we're doing green beans next episode.
We'll do green beans. I will get green beans for us.
You could do green
For us
beans.
to
Could
have.
do baked beans. Could
Could
do
do
black
baked
beans.
beans.
Could do kidney beans. You'll just have to watch the next
I
episode and
will
find
go
out.
get a bean that I like because
Well, yeah. Let's all bring up. Each week, someone's in charge of bringing a bean to their favorite bean to the podcast.
how many beans are there? Do we know?
A lot of beans. There is a lot of beans,
There's a lot of beans.
and there's a lot of ways
You
you can
haven't
do
finished
different
your
beans.
Wordle.
I haven't finished my Wordle, but how many beans are there in the world?
How many types
How
of
many?
beans are
How
there?
many types of beans? How many? Yeah.
This is good for the longevity of the podcast right here.
We will have as many episodes as there are beans, at least.
At least.
What
What are we looking at?
I want all the different types.
We got cocoa beans, coffee beans.
Oh, I'll do that. I'll do
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna eat the coffee beans.
Oh, make it up.
Make coffee.
The coffee.
There's at least 18. This really didn't help me.
At
No,
least
it's just-
18.
20.
20?
There's at least 20.
There's at least 20. There's at least 20 episodes of this
Is
podcast.
this actually a thing?
15 types of beans. That's 15 types of beans.
Does it say 15? 15 pops up a lot. We have at least
15
15
types of beans.
episodes.
At least 15 beans.
And then we can expand the title of bean to other areas. like beetroot, like
Bean mellows.
Are we? Do
That's
we
a
just
bean
do-
bananas.
Beananas.
Bananas? Oh god. This is-
Beanados.
I
Beanoccoli.
apologize. You,
Beanoccoli.
you watched this far into the podcast. I'm so sorry.
Congratulations for making it this far, though. Like,
There will be more of this. It will get worse.
it will get a lot
I'm actually
worse.
very tame today.
Yeah.
I think because
These topics haven't, like, they've been very tame.
they've been tame. Also, you missed. Also, like, it's 3 o'clock at the moment. We're past my, like, hyperactive stage. If we were earlier, I might not be as tame.
Ah,
You are making a mess of your room.
well, it's my room. I'm allowed to make a mess of it.
That is true.
So when you made a mess with the beans, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But when I
I mean,
made a
it
mess,
started mattering after this one started fanning them all over the floor.
It was really satisfying, okay?
I'm sure it was. It wasn't for me.
it was for me, I'll say.
The Scuffed setup was, like, the highlight of my day today, though.
Mm.
It's great.
I'm just glad that these are done.
They're done.
And I'm really happy with how this setup turned out, actually.
It's pretty chill.
It's very comfy.
I-
It gives me comfy vibes.
I was happy with the setup once we moved the couch.
Yeah, me too. We're actually gonna have to move that couch back.
Yeah, you fucking
You can help. I don't have to if I leave first.
You don't have places.
You
to be.
only need 2 people.
You don't have places to be. Shut up.
I got work after this.
You have
I got
break
places
your
to
car
be.
keys.
They're already broken. The lock and
I'll
unlock
make
are
them
already broken off.
unusable.
And for like audio listeners, what we mean by broken is that like the rubber in like the buttons has like completely like torn off, and now it's just like a circuit board to like
I
open the
have
car
to
and lock the
squeeze
car.
my finger into the circuit board to actually to unlock and lock my car. I'm still waiting for my boot to come off because I found out the only way to open my boot is from the key.
That is a massive oversight.
I don't know how this got past development.
Yeah, I don't know how that got
But
past.
How
I've
was
searched
there not
all
a
over.
boot leather?
I don't know. They just didn't put one in.
Is
just
it not
forgot
like on
about
the
it.
steering wheel somewhere?
No, I searched the entire car. I went
Not
through
even
the
on
manual.
like the floor. Even it wasn't even in the manual.
Wasn't even in the manual. It was like use your key.
Use your key.
What if I don't have my key?
Yeah, like what if the key fucking breaks?
That's gonna be a big issue. Is if that circuit board ever breaks,
Yeah.
I can't open that.
Yeah, if those keys ever go into water.
They've had a bit of rain on them before. They're okay for now.
Yeah, for now.
For now. I do
Nice
want to hit
little,
one more topic.
I do want to hit one more
Before
topic
we-
as well.
Finish this.
Are we talking
I-
about the same topic?
So we went out the other night.
Oh, we're talking this topic? Yeah. Let's go.
We went out the other
we
night.
were all thinking. I think we were all.
We're all
different
thinking
topics.
different
A whole
things.
bunch of
topics.
friends. It was what, 6 of us?
It was yesterday.
It was yesterday. It was 6 of us. We went out.
Was it yesterday or the day before?
I think it was
The day before.
It was.
It was Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
It
yeah.
was Friday because I worked yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
So
Friday.
we were gonna go out to a uni bar.
Yeah, we were.
A couple of us single, and we were gonna go on.
You're
On
gonna
the
go on the
prowl.
prowl. That sounds really bad when you put it that way.
We were gonna see how luck was. Ultimately, couldn't do that.
Did it happen? No. not at all.
Tyler, could you give some insight as to why we couldn't get into this bar?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, actually, sorry, correction. Majority of us could get in, except for one
Except
person.
for one person.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So someone
Someone
forgot
to not be
their
named, of course.
ID.
Of course, that would just be rude,
That'd be super
especially if you're sitting in his room.
No, no.
Yeah. And it's not like he was like, oh, I searched all over my room, I can't find my ID. We're gonna have to go somewhere that doesn't check for ID.
Mm.
But then today we come
We walk in here, right?
to set up.
Look over this.
Just
This area over
I
here.
got a table right next to me here.
Yeah.
And
What do we find?
What's the first thing that catches our eye?
The ID? It's just there.
Is Tyler's ID there? Yeah. Oh, so Tyler, in my head, I haven't spoken to you yet. Tyler's found his ID.
Mm.
I turned to Callum. Hey, Tyler found his ID. No, he didn't find his ID.
It's just there.
It was just there.
He didn't even know when I pointed it out.
Do you want to use your defense now? Your trap card? That's not going to
Good
work.
trap card.
Because I have another trap card to defeat your trap card.
Okay, so there was. I wasn't the only one who looked through my room.
Mm.
Like, my room, like, the couch was moved, the cushions on it were torn up. I, like, looked all through here, all down there. Tiana did as well.
Mm.
And then, today,
I
when I cleaned my room,
Mm-hmm.
there was a packet of, like, wipes there. So,
Random.
Yep.
like,
Tearing up. He was watching a sad movie. Had to
like
wipe away the
fucking
tears.
wipes to clean down shit.
Yeah, understandable.
They were sitting there, so I was like, oh, okay, I don't need these anymore, so I'll put them in, take them back out. And then I didn't realize, and then underneath them was that. I didn't know that was underneath them because I wasn't paying attention when I took them back out there today. Callum walks in and it was just like, oh, you found your ID. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I did.
I also want defense in T. She wears glasses. She is blind. So
Tyler.
it's okay that she couldn't find him. I understand that. I'm blind myself.
I mean, I need glasses as well.
Yeah.
That defense doesn't work for T.
Well, then why don't you get Actually, I'm not going to touch that one.
Yeah, I'm broke.
Yeah, I remember. I did pay for the beanbags.
Yeah.
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 Can't imagine. Yeah.
Was there another topic you wanted to hit?
No, honestly. My topic I was going to leave for
We can save
The
for the next
logo.
one. The logo? Yeah.
the logo one.
We'll see if we can get
Yeah.
Cinderella on.
We might be able to,
Yeah.
might not.
You wanna shout out your stream?
So on that note, boys, time to end the podcast. I'm not streaming anything at the moment, so I wanna
Yeah,
move.
'cause you're
But you
bitch.
do have Lego Star Wars coming up.
We do have Lego Star Wars coming up.
True.
Wonderlands was a no-go.
Too much power.
Too much power.
Too strong.
Too strong. They need to optimize
Ma-
the game.
Magic and technology, they don't go well together,
don't
so like
True.
just makes sense.
They
Any other streamer streaming it, they're not dealing with technology. It's magic.
It's all magic.
All
right?
magic.
I mean, sorcery. I can't understand it.
Nah.
I need to buy a better processor.
We're IT people. Yeah.
Two of us are IT people.
Two of us are IT people.
He's a chef. That's why he's cooking us beans.
That is why he's
That is why
being
he's cooking us
master.
beans. But yeah,
I think
Yeah.
on that note then,
on that note, I think it's time to round out this podcast.
that's a good wrap for the podcast.
Follow me
We-
on Twitch at Spooky the Ghost Catcher. We
Maybe
must
it's
take
doing
over Maniac over here.
No, follow me on Twitch, Face Maniac. We are not letting this guy overtake me. No.
It
No,
won't
I'm
matter.
clearly superior.
It won't matter, boys, because once I start coming into the game in my own solo adventure, you guys will be left in the dust.
Right.
I'll
What is he
be.
gonna stream? Halo 20.
I'll become the Ludwig of the group. Screw you. I'll be.
Didn't
the
we
Ludwig.
already agree that this one was the Ludwig of the
For
group?
context, we are very much inspired by The Yard for this podcast.
Two of us have watched The Yard. The
We-
other one
we-
knows nothing except from what we talk about.
Yeah,
I know that Ludwig occasionally does Pokemon streams.
That's true.
that
he
is
does.
true.
That's the extent of my knowledge of the yard.
But here's why
Good
I
shit.
made a comment to Callum the other day saying, aren't I the Ludwig since I'm the one with the money to pay for stuff right now?
But I'm the streamer.
You only have the streamer side of things. You forget Ludwig is the one that actually owns the home.
Just because he had a subathon.
You know what? I'm going to do a subathon. I'm going to go for a month straight. I'm going to go for 2. I'm going to beat Ludwig.
Take the world record for the world's longest stream.
I'm going to have so
Didn't
much...
Twitch change things so
disappointment.
that you can't do that anymore?
I think so, yeah.
They might have.
But he's not on Twitch anymore, is he?
No, he's not.
Do it a YouTube
True.
YouTube stream.
Well,
We're gonna become YouTube shills.
I think
YouTube, sponsor us.
I think we've had a good.
They're not gonna
episode.
sponsor it after I just said that.
I think we've had a good episode.
Yeah, I think this has been a great first episode. A lot
Yeah.
of interesting topics.
I think it's time to
Yeah.
sign out, boys.
Yeah.
We need to repair my room.
No, that's not
That's
happening.
a you problem.